So this continues to keep happening. As you can see here, this judge has blocked Indiana governor's order barring Syrian refugees. And no one's shocked by this. Um, I mean, the government keeps doing this type of stuff. Um, they've already they've been overruling Texas. They've been overruling I don't know who else, but this is certainly not um, the first time that this has happened. And of course, this is 25 U.S. governors who's called out Barack Obama to stop resettling refugees fleeing Syria's civil war after November's attack by militants in Paris that killed 130. It's interesting that they only point out that because in these articles you never almost ever hear them mention Germany. Germany is absolutely just getting destroyed by these refugees, and Merkel just wants to let more come in. They're not talking about that big soccer game in Germany where that stadium almost got blown up, right? And I just want this is something I guess that maybe I have a question for you guys, and this is something that I'm genuinely curious about here. Okay, now the suit brought by the American Civil Liberties Union on behalf of Exodus Refugee Immigration Incorporated was among the first challenging the governor's moves to block resettlement. It said the state's conduct clearly discriminates against Syrian refugees based on their national origin, U.S. District Judge Tanya Walton Pratt said in a ruling granting the preliminary injunction. Okay. Now, basically, what so this judge is saying that they're discriminating against them because of where they're from. And this is what I wonder. Do states have the right to self-defense? I mean, we've seen the documents from Germany who's getting completely destroyed by this immigration thing. And they say these terrorists are specifically using immigration to get into countries and blow them up. Right? So let's say this year they take in, I don't know, 500 refugees or something. It only takes one of those 500 refugees being a terrorist to go say, I don't know, blow up a movie theater and kill a couple of hundred people. Right? If we know that there's a preponderance of evidence that these terrorists are using this immigration to get into countries so they can attack, do these states not have the right to defend themselves? I mean, now that let's say this. Let's say 50,000 or let's say 500 Russian troops go in and surround the capital of Indiana. They don't actually shoot anybody, but they're surrounding the capital. And if they go to the court and say they want these Russians removed from being around the capital because they pose a threat to Americans, is the judge going to tell them that they're not going to remove them because they're discriminating against these people? because of the region that they're from. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't understand. It just seems to me that they're turning everything into some form of discrimination. And see, and that's when I keep talking about speech in this country, right? Anytime you have an actual belief in something being right or wrong, you're gonna be told that you're committing some kind of hate crime or hate speech or you're racist or you're discriminating, and they're basically training America to not have an opinion about anything. And they're telling you that if you have an opinion about anything, then you're not going to have a leg to stand on in court because you're discriminating. I mean, this is what it sounds like it happens to me. Now, do we still have freedom of speech? Is this a real thing? Because it seems to me like they're trying to turn around and use the First Amendment to take away more rights and liberties and the ability to defend ourselves. So that's and that's why you hear everybody. No one says I think anymore. Everybody says I feel. Right? Why is this happening? Because it's the greater push in America to be able to use the First Amendment to push an agenda. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand how this makes any sense. I don't think that it's fair, or I think that it's awful that people might be the victims of being stuck in the middle of basically a world war. But I also don't think that any American life, even one, not even one, is worth risking because of this. Unfortunately, war is an awful and horrible thing. One of the things that you hear people often talk about is the fact that America really hasn't been attacked on the actual land here, basically since the War of 1812, right? But aren't these terrorists coming in and killing all these people? I mean, they are a member of an army, right? They're a member of ISIS. So is it honestly that far of a stretch to say that we've actually been getting invaded on our own soil for the last couple of years? So I don't know. It's just stuff that I think about, and maybe it's something for y'all to think about. But it sounds to me like the government is trying to use the First Amendment to take away more rights and liberties and states' abilities to defend itself. Because I'm all for doing the right thing, but I'm not for doing the right thing if it's going to cost the lives of my friends or family. I mean, that's just me. If you join and sign up to be in the military or the police or whatever, you have that risk. You're putting your life on the line. It's part of the job. It's part of what you do. But when you're a normal citizen, you expect the government to take whatever measures necessary to protect you and your right to life and liberty, right? That's one of their only jobs, is to protect Americans, right? It's like their main job. And it seems like they're going out of their way to put us at risk, and I just don't understand it. So leave me your thoughts and comments, but I just wanted to let you know that the government is once again forcing more states to take in refugees because we're discriminating against a group of people who obviously want to put us out of existence. So that makes us bad people. Anyways, that's my little story for this morning. Hopefully I gave y'all something to think about. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to you later.